Good afternoon, happy Friday, and welcome to the NFT Community's Twitter space. Tonight we are featuring the Troglodytes, and then after the Troglodytes, we will then be featuring Wild World of Dragons. But welcome everyone to the stage, welcome everybody to the space. Thank you guys for joining. Hopefully everyone else will join soon. If you guys are already here, don't mind retweeting the room if you haven't already. Looking at it, most of you guys already have. Absolute legends. Bacon, co-host, Tricky, and co-host. How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to the space.
Doing good, my man. Doing good. It's another glorious
Can we
Friday.
hear you, Bacon, and you, Tricky?
Yeah, can you hear me, Rev?
I can hear Tricky there. I
can't hear Tricky. That's weird.
I'll jump that down and come back up.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's Friday, man. It's Friday. I've been looking forward to this Friday for a little while. Got some time off work, so I can just chill for a bit. Living the dream.
Yeah, definitely. Troglodyte Society, so excited about this. What you guys are doing, I think, is absolutely amazing. And I'm really excited to learn more about it. You know, integrating NFT technology with, doing some good in the world. How can you not support something like that? I think it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, welcome to the stage, welcome to the space, and thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir. Welcome.
All right. It's Tricky Buddha with DeFi Space Donkeys. Welcome to the Community of Communities pod. Let's go. It's a Friday. We got Trogs and Wild in the house. Hey, Bacon, Rev, Meta Builders, Dogman's Official in the house. We got Tyler in here. I see Crypto Toe in there too. Yeah, welcome Trog family. Trey, hey, what's up? And yeah, happy to see you guys. I'm a holder. I just swept your floor again a couple times last night, actually. But I'm happy to hear what you got going on. Welcome, Trogs.
Thank you so much for hosting this, man. Really appreciate it. I'm just tagging the community and getting them in there.
Yeah, sure. No, I get that. Multitasking, it's the same on this end, don't you worry. No, thank you for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it.
I've been excited about this. Shout out to Tricky for getting us onto you guys because he made the connection and what a legend. Yeah, so no, thanks for joining.
Hey guys, I made it. Woohoo!
Hey, there she is. How you doing, Wild?
When I first tried joining, it totally rugged me. It was literally still playing the music when I had no Twitter up.
No, well, that's crazy. But yeah, no, when you first joined, I saw it. There's always issues when we first start our spaces. We've had it ever since we started doing spaces. There's always been some kind of issues, but we've battled our way through it. We've had many people who can't join, can't speak. So really appreciate the patience. Thank you, Wild. But yeah, welcome.
Yeah, and a co-host that can't ask questions and got completely rugged.
That's it.
But we made it.
Yeah, we're here.
We did indeed.
Do you want to make Dogman's a co-host or me a co-host?
That'd be... Yeah. So yeah, I've tried to do that twice now. Yeah, for both of you, and it's not been working. So yeah, third time's a charm.
Yeah, hopefully it works this time. That's why I always have two devices, just in case. Sometimes it likes that old phone. I don't know.
No, it does. You're not wrong.
Just the way it is sometimes. But yeah, we have a great space tonight. Trogs, why don't you go ahead and pin something to the top that you want some love on, and we can just get moving right along if you're ready.
Right, I've sent that out to both of you guys. I'm not sure which one it's going to work for. Time will tell.
Yeah. Okay, so who are Troglodytes and what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, great question.
I love that. So Troglodytes, obviously, we're cave dwellers, yada yada yada. But no, I'm serious. So Troglodyte Society was founded on. My name's Ahmed. The whole team is Docs. Actually, let me get that tweet up. Let me pin that up so you guys can see what the hell I'm talking about. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just find it on the bookmark. Actually, one of the community members actually created this, and it's an absolute brilliant post, and I love using it. But it tells the full story of what we're about.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
There you go.
It's annoying, isn't it, when you don't pin that one tweet that just covers everything nicely.
It literally does, yeah, from the art to the team to the charity registration. Like, he done an amazing post, and I absolutely love it. We basically created Troglodyte Society. I'm from a war-torn country in Sierra Leone, West Africa. and unfortunately, there was a civil war that took place. It lasted 11 years in total. If you've ever watched that movie, Blood Diamond, this is where all of this came from. But obviously, that's the watered down version, Hollywood version of what really took place. Where unfortunately, young kids were forced to amputate their own family's limbs and things of that nature. Sorry to darken your space a bit, but
That's all right.
yeah, it's what really took place. Like, kids were literally forced to amputate and kill their own family, and they made a mockery of it where they'll say, do you want a short sleeve or a long sleeve, and you have to literally take a blunt cutlass and amputate your own family's limbs, and if you didn't do that, you get shot in the head. But anyway, we were lucky enough to escape. If you go on that thread tweet does says it all. I was one of the few who were lucky enough to escape and seek refuge in the UK, which that night completely changed my life. I knew I wanted to do something and give back. To this day. There's still, can you imagine not having an educational system for 11 years? Your kid's not growing up with any educational system for 11 years. Being that I went into education, I'm now a vice principal at a secondary school in the UK. I have trained to do this because I knew this is something I was going to do. I was going to go back and open up a children's centre with supplementary education, free supplementary education and career pathway goals. But also to have something sustainable. It's not just about having a charity and giving people food and giving them clothes and stuff like that. It's actually having something sustainable. And this is when I discovered the blockchain and Web3 and Polygon and all the rest of it. I thought it was the perfect platform to use where people can donate, i.e. purchase an NFT and be part of a membership that can help and support the growth of this, what we're trying to build and implicate, to bring a whole Web3 job market to a country that's well needed. The average wage over there is less than $1 a day. People work 10 to 12 hours a day to achieve this. So young kids live in dumping ground. If you go through some of our live events on our website, you see kids going through dumping ground, kids who actually live in dumping ground and things of that nature. And that shouldn't be happening to a country that's very rich in resources. But this is where the whole project is founded on charity. We understand we have pivot a bit, and this is where the trogs evolve. We understand not everybody wants to support a charity. You got the Degens out here who want to flip, which is all fine, and want to make money and all the rest of it, which is perfect. So what we have done, we have partnered up with quite a lot of people. We have been building since 2021, and we made a lot of connections in the spaces from people like Lurk Loves You, who's an absolutely amazing artist. I don't know if you guys know who Lurk is. He's very big in Web3 in terms of art, and his art does not go for cheap at all. We spoke to him, we partnered up with him, and he's creating the art for the evolution. Actually, let me see if I can find one of the evolution for you guys so you guys can kind of see what I am talking about when it comes to Lurk's art.
But yeah, no, so far, as while you're doing that, that is an incredible story, you know, that the fact that this directly affected you as well. How old was you when you
I was 12.
seek refuge in the UK?
I was 12, so I saw a lot of the stuff from the age of 10 to 12, and we came over here and we were homeless. You sound like you're from the UK. You from the UK?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm from the northwest of England.
So you know, when you used to come over like 20 plus years ago, they put you in these hostels. If you're lucky enough, they'll put you in these hostels and things like that, and it's like a 1-bedroom hostel, and you have to share with a lot of other people if you were lucky enough, if you were lucky to even get into the hostel. And we were lucky enough, after bouncing around for a while, we got into one of these hostels. And to be honest with you, UK obviously saved my life. I call UK my home, my second home. And I've been educated here, went through the whole system, went to university. This is the whole point of all of this. Like I said, it completely changed my life. That was the whole point of going to university, getting my degree, learning about every child matter, Maslow's hierarchy, prevent, things like that, to implement all of that into that system when we do go back there, because it will fall under the UK standards, the way we're going to do it. One of the reasons that being is because over there, when it comes to dyslexia, dyspraxia, whatever it is, they don't really cater for that, unfortunately, because of how the system is, or because of how all of it is set up. You're just classed as dumb, which is unfortunate. So a lot of kids who have learning difficulties and things of that nature don't really, they get looked over. So we want to come under the UK standards, and we are going to partner up with universities and things like that as well, for them to also come down and do placements and things like that as well. So, yeah.
No, it's amazing, and I love that you can call this your home. Because as a UK citizen myself, I don't see just being born here something that makes me entitled to call this my home. What I take pride in is the fact that a situation like that can happen, and you can come here and see this as a place of safety and a place you can build from and help the people,
100%.
Back where you came 100%. From. And I don't mean that in a stereotypical sense. I just mean, the place that you was born. So it's amazing that you can be safe enough here to be able to get the help you need to do what you need to do to help the people back at home.
And then linking the both together, making it cohesive, where nurses and people who are studying, whether it's social services or whatever, because when you go to university, you have to do like 3 to 6 month work placement, and you have to get that signed off by an organization or company. So that's one of the things we'll fall under, where people from university can actually go do their placement there as well. Because one of the things we're building, and I'll touch into that, is we're building little hubs where people can come and stay. That's part of the utility. Part of the utility, like I said, where we pivot, where the Trogs evolve, is you get membership passes, diamond, platinum, and gold, which attach to that, which you can come and stay over there for a week to 2 weeks and be involved with the project if you choose to, or if you choose to just have it as a holiday. Sierra Leone has one of the best beaches. You can use it as a holiday. It's entirely up to you, for you and I think it's like 3 of your friends or your family, whichever. And if you go through the passes, you can see what it entitles you to. You get security, you get driven, you get free food, you basically get everything sort of paid for. You get excursions as well. You go diamond mining and gold mining, and you get to keep them, and it's just loads of different things. But it's actually linking the project with IRL as well. So it's not just the PFP project, and it's not just about taking. It's also about giving back to holders as well, and having them involved in the project as well. So yeah.
I want to go diamond mining. I mean, I know that sounds kind of silly at the same time, but like,
no, it doesn't.
Like, I totally want to do that. Like, you can come to America and gold pan in certain rivers, and it's actually like not fairly, it's actually a profitable thing to do. Like, that'd be kind of a cool vacation.
Exactly, and this is what I said. People can use it as vacation if they want, for them and their family, or if they actually want to be involved in the project. It's entirely up to them. Some of it is a lifetime membership pass where they get to use it for the rest of their life, basically. And some of it is like a 3-year. It just depends what you mint, basically. But
so
yeah.
if you have like certain level thresholds, you get different experiences.
Yeah, not everyone gets the same experience. It's just the amount of time you can visit or stay. So, for example, everyone will get a gold pass, which entitles you to stay, like regardless. But you have to pay for your own transportation over there and stuff like that. Whilst if you get a diamond pass, we put like $500 towards your travel expenses, but we everything else is paid for. So your transportation, your private security, if you choose to have one, your food, like everything is paid for.
That's awesome.
Even your excursions are paid for.
I'm big on traveling, so I'm definitely gonna need a security detail. I want to do that.
That's fun. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And this is it. We know not everyone, because a lot of people we speak to, we're trying to cover all bases when it comes to having the charity aspect of it. We get that. That's the foundation. That's what it's built upon. But like I said, you got the degens who want to flip, and that's perfectly fine, by all means. We want people to be able to donate to a good cause, but at the same time make money from it at the same time, and not feel a certain way, because not everyone's here just to give money. People want to make money, and that's fine, and there's no shame in that. So I love it. So yeah,
that's awesome. And where does your charity, where is it based? Is it based in the UK, or is it based in?
It's based in Sierra Leone. So if you go through let me see if I can find, so I can pin that up. So all the registration, my telephone number. This is what I mean. We are fully doxed.
Yeah, that's what I was just hoping to look at, so I could see it myself and just say, yeah, I can, because obviously, I know that you guys are legit, but I want to be able to say, look, the charity's right here. You can search it. Here's where you can find it.
There you go.
you know, because there may be some people that are listening tonight that might want to, you know, get involved and support,
Yeah,
you know.
cool. If you go up there, you can see we're registered to 4 different bodies, and we're about to actually register to 5 bodies. So it's not just going to be in Sierra Leone; it's going to be in any African country, and that process is going through right now, because this blueprint we want to give to other people. If they want to set something like this up in their country, they can do that. We're not trying to hold on to this. We want to share the resources that we've learned and gained. So we've registered to the ESO Association, which is the NGO. We've registered to the Ministry of Gender and Child Affairs, because we are going to be working with young people. We've also registered to the National Revenue Authorities. You still have to pay your taxes, because when that tax man come knocking, you still have to pay regardless. And we registered to the Ministry of Planning and Economical Development, because we are building a children's centre, we are building a training centre, and we are bringing on board organizations and companies to bring a whole job market to that country. So we've registered to those 4 bodies, but also we want to be able to do this in other African countries. So that's what we're going through, that registration right now. So if you go in the pin tweet, scroll a little bit down, you can see it.
That's great. And I can see maybe even getting some additional certifications in the UK or abroad might also be tax advantageous and help you grow
Yes.
even further.
So I spoke to my CEO, because one of the things he wanted to do was actually refer some students, because we work in a behavior school where some of the kids have been kicked out of mainstream and stuff like that. And we got into a conversation. He was like, because you're going to be UK certified, do you think we can refer some young students to Africa? I was like, I don't know. But we are in talks with him about how to do that and how we can go around legalities, especially with Every Child Matters, because it is a different country, how that can work, and getting parental consent to send a child over to Africa for a few months.
Yeah, good luck getting parental consent there.
Oh no, the parents already said they'll sign them. The parents like, where do I sign? Because I spoke to
Yeah.
some of my students' parents. They're like, where do I sign? You can go
be
for
like,
yeah. But you're telling me you'll get rid of him for like a period of time.
Yeah, I could see that going either direction, depending on the parent. Tell me your backstory again.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like some of the parents, when we were talking, because they watch some of the live events, like some of them log into the live events. Oh, because we host live events. We actually got one. We done one on the 1st, and we got another one on the 29th, where hopefully we can support up to 3,000 kids. One of the reasons why we do these live events is to show full transparency in what we're trying to build, but also it's to build our brand, and build relationships, just like you do on Twitter. You build relationships with people, you build brand with people, you build trust. You have to, your words, everything, and to show people what you're doing. We invite people to come into these live events where we support underprivileged communities. We've got people in the ground. We've got like 12 team members on the ground who actually live in these different communities, and they know what we're about and what we're trying to build. And we support them with either school supply, actually all of the above: school supply, clean drinking water, food, financial aid, and things of that nature. The community we're going to, we went there this month, like I said, and we supported like 1,250. There's a news article about that. But they came back to us and say, look, there's about 12 different district schools in that area, and they really need help. Some of these kids are homeless and stuff like that. So we are going back there on the 29th. The community spoke, and they're like, look, we want you guys to go back there and support these people. So we're going back there, but we're going to support 50 kids with financial aid. We're going to pick like 5 to 7 of the top tier students from each school and support them with financial aid. Hopefully that will support them for a few months, as well as we're going to try to support up to 3,000 kids with all of the above that we mentioned as well, like school supplies, food, clothes, just everything, the basic necessities basically. But we do this just to show full transparency. Look, this is what we're doing. This is what we're about. We've been doing this for, like I said, from 2021 November. We've supported over 13,000 kids so far. And it's all on the website. You can see everything. We do everything live. And this money actually came from me and my wife. And then the community started helping us to pay for these events. And now the community is it's an amazing community. And they're on board. Some of them are actually part of the team now. We've onboarded them as part of the team. So, yeah, it's been an amazing journey so far.
that's a great place to get your team from, from your community. They absolutely obviously they understand what you're doing and they believe in you. So that's awesome. And you guys are on Polygon, right? You guys are a Matic project.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Unfortunately, we are going to be making a pivot because as much as we love, and Polygon's been our home from 2021, unfortunately, Polygon will not reach, not yet. It will get there, and I promise it will get there, to the place where people will purchase an NFT, regardless of what you're building and what you got, for $50. So the next drop is going to be $50. But with, like I said, tons of utility that comes with it. We've partnered up with Pikamoon, which is Unreal 5 engine that they're building a game. So not only will you get your Trog evolution with that, you also get a full-bodied avatar to play in that game. If you go check out Pikamoon, it's on the roadmap. And not only that, anything that comes after that, which there's like 4 other drops that come after that, you will also get your companion. So we got the Trog Evolution companion coming. We actually got the OG Trog companion coming. There is a war, and you're going to need your companion and your OG, or the Trog Evolution and your OG as well for the battle.
Let's go. So
sounds amazing.
And then
what's the companion like? Do you want to drop any alpha on what's the companion? Or
let's just say one of it is going to be I'm going to get killed for this.
You're going to get him in trouble, Tricky.
Yeah, well, he's here so I can grill him. That's the purpose.
Okay, so you know Trogs, right? You know what Trogs are, because they are real.
Yeah.
They're cavemen. They live in cave and all the rest of it. So we're literally going with that sort of thing. Do you know what a dire wolf is?
Yeah,
one of the companions are going to be a dire wolf.
Nice. Let's go.
And that is an alpha. I've not dropped that anywhere yet. Only the team knows that.
That's
we didn't
funny.
hear anything.
And the art,
it's not recorded.
The art is going to be Lurk as well. Lurk is the one doing the art as well. Lurk is going to be, like I said, he loved what we're doing. And to get someone like that on board, like some of his art, I think the most expensive his art's gone for is like 13 or 14 ETH. Like he's that type of artist. Like if you look him up, his art does not go for cheap. You cannot get his art for those prices. He's actually a professional artist who's been doing this for 20, nearly 30 plus years.
The real deal. Yeah. So you're on Trogs are on Polygon right now, and you got to have a Trog in order to get the evolution, which will be on Ethereum.
Yes,
right.
We are going to be doing whitelist. So the OG Trogs are going to be minting first. But you are going to have a whitelist as well. We are doing a whitelist soon. We are partnering up with some of the biggest Ethereum people. I'll be quite honest. We've just sealed a deal. They've just signed the contract. We've been trying to get them for a while. We finally done it. They heard the project. They spoken to us a few times now. We've gotten a call, and they're like, they couldn't believe what we've been building, and they were surprised we're not as big yet. They're like, how are you guys not blown up? Because I was like, because we don't have the exposure in Polygon. Polygon don't really have that exposure as yet. They are growing very big now, but they still have a long way to go. But Ethereum has that sort of power, and with those mega spaces, we went into one of their spaces yesterday, and apparently that was a light day. It was like 3,500 people. They usually get 20,000 plus, and I was like, wait, what? I said, well, yeah. I was like, yeah, with that kind of reach, people will know who we are and we'll stand out.
Yeah, I feel like people are learning about Polygon, and it's going to have a flood of people coming into it, and it helps having it be the same address as Ethereum. But there's more people with Ethereum spending money on NFTs right now. That's for sure.
We basically got told the price of your NFT is gas price. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, that's what we pay in gas. Because it's $50. They're like, that's what we pay in gas over here. That's nothing. I was like, oh, that's a lot of money for us over at Polygon.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then I always thought, well, if they're spending $50 on gas, then they'll be happy to spend $50 on a Polygon NFT and pay no gas, right? But some people are just like, no, I don't want to bridge. But don't bridge, just buy Matic.
Yeah.
Buy that.
Even MetaMask has even made it easier now. It's literally just got a bridge button. Press bridge. What do you want? Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
It's so easy now. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, no.
I say that all the
just gonna
time
get easier.
myself. It's just like, just buy Matic.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about anything else. Just buy some Polygon. You'll be fine.
But yeah, no, we're going to be giving whitelist for the people who don't want to touch Polygon, because we still know that the ETH maxis still don't like Polygon. So that's why they're still getting the opportunity to get in on the Trog Evolution. It's purely going to be ETH, and then moving forward, all the rest are going to be on ETH. But we're still going to be supporting the Polygon, because the Polygon is still going to have the companion. It's still going to have all the other stuff as well. So hopefully we can onboard some people into that ecosystem as well. That's the thought behind it, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So how far along are you with your roadmap now?
And the roadmap, so we've minted out the Polygon, and the roadmap, I don't know if you can see the roadmap there. Quarter 3 is when it's dropping, so August.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Nice. And what are the things that you've encountered that you would have wanted to do differently if you knew now when you started?
So
what would you have done differently from the beginning?
From the beginning, I think one of the biggest things that we did is we didn't do the research. We thought people were just going to, we got an amazing project that we want to do. People are going to help out. We didn't take into account, like I said, the degens, the flippers. We didn't take all of it into consideration. What do people actually want? People want, unfortunately, they want games. They want staking. They want all these different stuff, which is fine. Which all of that now we've added all of that into the project. But at the same time, the foundation, the whole base of this whole project is actually about changing lives, thousands, if not millions of people's lives. But at the same time, you get the opportunity to flip. You get the opportunity to be a degen. Like, you get to do what you want and still help out. I always tell people we're like the other end of the spectrum of Bored Ape. We're like the charity side. They get yacht parties. We help millions of kids.
But I was just going to say, like, I was just... Yeah, sorry, Christian.
Yeah, shut up a minute. I want to talk. No, I'm joking. No. So yeah, I'm really impressed with your project, and do you think if you would have done the research first that you'd be much further than you are now, or
I don't think with Polygon.
Are you happy with that?
I think I'm very happy with what we built in terms of the community.
Yeah, and would you have gone with Polygon?
We actually started off with Ethereum. We spent 3,000. We done everything. We switched within 2 days, because when we launched it, gases were like $250.
Yeah,
and I was like,
exactly.
Huh? We're selling these $20.
Yeah. Exactly.
So straight away we switched. We killed the contract and we switched over to Polygon. And to be honest with you, I think everything happens for a reason. I think there's always a reason. Like I said, I wanted to do this project 10, 12 years ago. If I would have done this 10 to 12 years ago, I would have failed. In terms of, because I didn't have the experience, I didn't have the know-how, I didn't have the qualification, I didn't know what I know now working in the educational system and building myself up. I think I would have absolutely flopped it. I think everything happens for a reason. I think, yes, we were meant to be on Polygon because we had to learn all of these different things. We had to learn about the partnerships. We had to learn about these spaces. And I think for us, one of the key things is it's about who you know in these spaces. No matter how amazing your and this goes for everyone. And I know people are going to be like, that's not true and all the rest of it. But people don't see what goes on in the back end. No matter how good your project is, no matter how good your utility is. I know people are saying, oh, it's not gated. Web3 is not gated and all the rest of it. Actually, it is. Unfortunately, to say that, unless certain people, and I know people are going to go, oh my God, unless certain people give the go ahead for you to go mint this project, it's going to be very hard for you to mint out a 10K collection. Unless you have certain people in your corner who are supporting you, who people know. You can have the best utility in the world, but to mint out a 10K, you're going to take a long time to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I know people don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. Just like in the corporate
world. No, it's
world.
True. It is true.
No,
your network is your net worth. That's a big common
and it's
thing.
the community.
and your community.
The community is what's going to drive your sales and your get more members. It's going to be the community spreading word of mouth, and
exactly.
And that's
and
because I've heard of troglodytes for over a year now, I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm not even into NFTs. I'm not even hugely into NFTs until more recently. And I knew who troglodytes were. I've known about troglodytes for ages.
Yeah. And that's it.
I didn't necessarily know what you did, but I knew that you were everywhere.
Yeah. And it's having that name. It's, you know, and this is the thing. Like, I see a lot of projects coming in, especially even in Polygon, bro. There's hundreds of projects flooding Polygon. When Polygon was not the cool boy, you go in spaces and talk about Polygon, they'll kick you out. They'll be like, pardon my language. I literally was getting told to get the fuck out of it. Poly, what? That dead blockchain.
No, that's it. Yeah, we all started a bit like in the Polygons area. That's where we're coming from, most of us.
Yeah.
But,
I'm still
my project's on ETH.
Yeah.
But that's a different reason why I did that. But we're not talking about me now. But we started in the Polygon circle, so we're used to the Polygon. We love Polygon, and we know Polygon's going to make it.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah.
And that's what we're trying to change as well. And I know that the keys in the title being a community, but we're trying to get people out of that tribal mentality of being loyal to one blockchain when you guys are trying to feed kids. Like, I've just read an article of you guys feeding 650 kids and 500 disabled adults. Like, that is phenomenal. Like, that shit does not matter what blockchain you're on, what part of the world you're from.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's it. And this is what I was trying to explain to some of those big people. But the thing is, now I see those big people even coming into Polygon spaces and pitching their projects. And I'm like, wait, what? Polygon's getting this big? Like, it shocked me. Like, I'm telling you, the big names in ETH, and I see them going in Skirpy space, and obviously Skirpy being Polygon. And I'm like, the tide is changing, but unfortunately, it's still not there where people will spend that type of money yet. I'll give it a few years.
Yeah, big yet, right?
Yeah.
I've been tracking down the KO kid, NFT kid, Keith.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So I hang out with Keith every once in a while, and I bug him. He's tried to buy my NFT several times, but he keeps forgetting I'm on Polygon. And every time he finds I'm on Polygon, he gives me shit for. We're doing an ETH collection just because of Keith, honestly.
Oh god!
But I've been trying to get him for a year, man. You're on Polygon. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro, it is, man. That's the latest article.
It's changing.
It is changing.
We actually have as a community, we actually have our own project. It's on Polygon as well. So
I'm telling you, Polygon's gonna. You know, when they were talking about the next bull run, it's gonna be on Polygon. It might not.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be on
Polyrun.
So, yeah, Polyrun. I like that. And this is the thing, what people have to realize: Polygon, we don't work in silos. Like, everyone knows everyone. There's not a community that don't know another community, or someone who knows someone from that community that they can just get them on a call and help each other out. And they've had to work that way. Like, all of us have had to work that way, where we work in partnerships to help each other out and help each other grow. That's one of the good things about it. So it breaks my heart that I'm going to ETH, man.
Community of communities, we're trying to do the same, aren't we? With the book, Mickey.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Just touching on that real quick. Yeah. So I know we're to talk about you, but I think that maybe you guys could even benefit from it as well. So we've got a 100-page NFT book where we're trying to get 100 projects to purchase a page for 150 Matic to purchase a page in the book, and we can get 100 projects all working together on one project to help each other get exposure and also bring these communities together for networking purposes, for removing that tribalism part of the industry, and to also help people get that exposure that they wouldn't normally get, because you can imagine bringing 100 communities together to work on one thing that benefited every single person in that book is just such an amazing concept, so we're really excited about that. And we'll touch more on it later on because obviously we've got
No,
more
that sounds amazing.
project. But yeah,
you know, one of the biggest thing. I don't know if you guys know the Matic Man.
I can't say that I do, if I'm honest.
You need to hit him up, bro. Like he's
I
like
didn't hear you.
the Matic Man. He's like the plug of Polygon.
Okay.
He knows any big project, knows him. He can contact them and get on a call and support people. And he does it. He does it freely. Everything he does it.
Well, get us in contact. We'll do that.
100%.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
He's down for it. When I mean, this guy is
Yeah,
one of
let's
the most
do that.
genuine and honest person in the spaces. He just done a space today. I think it was like 200 plus people in there. He had Alpha, and quite a few of the other big people. Like he's well connected, but he's supportive. He's not guarding or gating. He'll share all the information he has with people, and he'll get everyone in spaces to support each other. He's the guy. Because one of the things me and him, and I was talking to him about this, and I was saying, for the Polygon blockchain to have that mass adoption, to be successful, it can't just be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 projects being successful. It has to be like at least 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 projects being successful all at once. For people to sit up and take note of the Polygon blockchain, it can't just be, Utes or Alpha or Brozo. It has to be so many projects being successful around the same time, in the same time, and having that flood mass adoption for people to be like, hold on a minute, what's going on over there? Like, because that's what's going on in ETH. You have all these projects being successful in ETH, so people are flooding over there. If you can have that same traction in Polygon, there is nothing stopping Polygon. People flooding over there with the cheap gas and everything else, and what people will flood it. They'll be like, all these projects successful over here. I need to make my bag. Because they're the people, first of all, you need to attract. It's those flippers. Unfortunately, that's part of the game. You need them. You need them to come over and spend that money and flip.
Yeah, it's good for the floor, good for the volume.
The goal all along is to, try and bring people together and strengthen the Web3 space, and also try and get people to see like where the space even came from.
Exactly.
And who built this in the first place, and also try and connect people from every end of the spectrum, and with working together with all these amazing projects like Doglins, DeFi Space Donkeys, Panda Pals, all these projects, Ascensions. We've known these guys for like a year and a half. We've been trying to work together as a multitude of communities to try and help bring that attention to all of these amazing projects and all these people that are just trying to do some good in the world, like you guys of your project. Being able to have a platform like this that you guys can come and tell people, look, I came from this terrible situation and I've managed to build this and then take this back to the people that I was torn from and help them and feed people. It's incredible, and that's what we've been trying to do. So that's why we appreciate you guys coming on and speaking.
I need to get you to some private Telegram groups, because we started this. I need to get you some private Telegram groups. It's got all the big projects in it.
Yeah, thank you.
I've messaged you his Twitter handle. Message him, tell him Ahmed sent you, and he's gonna get you in all those groups.
Thank you.
Do it. I'm following already. Tell him to follow me back.
I'll let him know, man. On Mondays, 5 p.m. Is it 5? No, 12 p.m. EST. We've literally just started doing this. A project with a purpose. Like projects that's using the technology to change things in the world, to impact things in the world. Because there's nothing like that out there at the moment. Like, obviously you guys are doing it, but to have like the big support, we're trying to get Polygon themselves to get involved. So not just talk about it. Actually, you know what? Put your money where your mouth is. Like, these guys are out here. We're out here. You're out here. You're building on their blockchain. You're supporting what they are building. So we also need a bit of support also to highlight the changes people are trying to make in the world with your blockchain. We've